Okay, so looking at this stack of sources you got here, let's really dive into it. It's quite a chilling story, isn't it? Been hanging over Mason City for decades.
Almost 3 decades, yeah. We're talking about Jody Hussenschroot, the TV anchor there, June 27th, 1995, a Tuesday.
Right, KMT TV. She was due on air at 6 a.m., known for being punctual, right? Always on time.
Exactly. But that morning, well, she wasn't there. Her producer, Amy Kunz, got worried.
Understandably. So Kunz calls her apartment at 4:10 a.m., and Jody picks up. Sounds groggy, just woken up.
And she says, I overslept.
Yeah, basically. Overslept, but I'll be right in. It's like a 5-minute drive to the station.
Okay, so that 4:10 a.m. call, that's huge. Because according to these sources, that's the last time anyone definitely heard from her.
The very last confirmed contact. She was awake, knew she was late, planning to leave any second.
But she never makes it to the station for that 6:0 a.m. show.
Nope. Concern grows, obviously. By 7:13 a.m., the police are called to her apartment. A welfare check. And what they find in the parking lot by her car, it's not just someone late for work.
No, not at all. The sources are clear. Definite signs of a struggle, a violent one.
Things scattered around her red Miata. Shoes, hairdryer, hairspray, like her bag got dropped or ripped open mid-struggle.
And that key detail, literally the key, still in the driver's door lock, but bent.
Bent, like twisted.
Yeah, twisted. As if someone grabbed it, or her hand holding it, right there at the door. Force was involved. Plus, drag marks on the pavement.
Oh, wow. So putting that together, it strongly suggests she was abducted, right?
Yeah.
Sometime between that 4.9 call and maybe 5:00 a.m. when the producer started calling again.
Seems the most likely scenario based on the physical evidence. She didn't just wander off.
And Jody herself, the sources paint her as, really vibrant, a local personality, active, golfer, loved her job.
Absolutely. Originally from Minnesota, dedicated anchor.
The day before, Monday the 26th, she played golf, right?
She did. And that evening, she went over to a friend's place, John Vences. He was quite a bit older.
Right, to watch a tape of a birthday party he'd helped organize for her.
And he becomes technically the last known person to have seen her alive that Monday night.
Okay, now let's get to one of the biggest recent points in these sources.
Yeah.
This news about a new boyfriend.
Yeah, this is potentially quite significant. A serious relationship, apparently, but only started maybe 10 days before she disappeared.
That really changes things, doesn't it? Because for years, a lot of the talk, especially around Vences, involved maybe unrequited feelings, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Friends noticed it. Even FBI profilers apparently commented on it from the birthday video. But a new, serious boyfriend, that opens up a whole different avenue for motive. Jealousy, maybe. Conflict.
Totally. Something very recent, very sudden, could have triggered a reaction from someone else. Someone feeling replaced or threatened.
Beyond the people, there's that other evidence. The palm print on her car.
Still unidentified, right? After all this time.
Never matched. Incredible.
And then there's what people heard. Neighbors reported hearing a scream.
Sometime between 4:005 a.m., right in that crucial window.
Nobody called 911. Just heard a scream. Tragic.
And the white van? A witness saw a white Ford Econoline van sort of idling nearby around that time.
Never identified either, the van or the driver.
Never pinned down. Another frustrating loose end in a case full of them.
So frustrating. Nobody found, no arrests. She was declared legally dead back in 2001.
And the focus, it often came back to John Vences.
The friend she visited the night before, he said it was paternal, but others weren't so sure.
He passed a polygraph early on, but police never, formally cleared him. He remained a person of interest.
And interest didn't just fade. Your sources mentioned he was subpoenaed in 2017, federal grand jury.
That's right. And they got a warrant then to put GPS trackers on his cars when he traveled for that.
Which brings us to another recent twist. Vences passed away late last year, 2024.
Yes. And after his death, a judge ordered that 2017 warrant partially unsealed.
Partially being the key word here. We got, his travel route details?
We did, but the affidavit, the part where police lay out why they wanted the warrant, their probable cause, their specific evidence against him, then that part is still sealed.
So we still don't know exactly what evidence the police presented to a judge about Vences back in 2017.
Exactly. It leaves big questions about how strongly they suspected him, even relatively recently. The Iowa DCI is still on the case with Mason City PD.
And there were other names, of course. Tony Jackson, that convicted rapist, though the link was a debated jailhouse tip. And Jody herself reported being followed months earlier.
Right, by someone in a black truck. And you have to give credit to groups like FindJody.com, investigators like Steve Ridge.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on, vetting tips. Ridge was the one who brought forward the new boyfriend info, wasn't he?
He was. It shows that even now, new information can surface.
So we've got the violent scene, the tiny time window, the palm print, the scream, the van, lingering questions about Van Cease and that sealed info, and now this major curveball with a new boyfriend. The truth is definitely still out there.
Absolutely. The case is cold, but it's not closed. It's active.
So thinking about all this, especially that new relationship reveal and the mystery still around the Van Cease warrant, where do you think the key might be? Is it tangled up in that new romance or hidden somewhere in those sealed documents or maybe something else entirely?
It's the question everyone wants answered, and police still need help. If you know anything, even something small, you should call the Mason City Police Department. The number is 641-421-3636.
Or you can email the Iowa DCI Special Agent Ryan Herman. His email is rman@bps.state.ia.us.
And there's also findjody.com. You can submit tips there anonymously if you need to.
Nearly 30 years on, the search for answers for Jody Heisentrick continues. It really comes down to that phrase you see in the sources, doesn't it?
But does somebody know something? Is it you?